Hi, you're face to face with Shell, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about the garments. To me, the dreaded garments. Um, for anyone who doesn't know what these are, I had to wear made to measure, very tight, elasticated sleeves, gloves, and mask. And these were designed to be worn, I was told, 23 hours a day, only taking them off to get washed and creamed, and then they were to go right back on. Now, I know since I was burned away back in 1984, the advances in treatment and garments have came a long way, but fundamentally they're there to do the same job, and it's to press the scars down so that they look a lot more flatter and they're a lot more supple. I cannot lecture anyone here because I did not wear them the way I was supposed to wear them. I absolutely detested them. From the first time I had to wear the mask, which was in the burns unit, and it was only for an hour. The mask had been measured and it came, and I remember it was the night staff had the job of putting it on for an hour, and I cried the whole time. I was virtually hysterical. What a state I had got myself into. Absolutely detested wearing it. The sleeves were very tight. I felt they restricted my movement, and my elbows, which are still the same today, I don't know if you can see, they are still quite red. They did obviously heal. I mean, these garments are designed to be worn once you are fully healed, and they're to be worn for 1.5 to 2 years. And although my wounds had healed, my elbows would still break out, and it would cause pain any time I had to move my arms or bend my arm. It just was so sore. So that made it even worse. You know, I would just sort of sit there rigid, didn't want to move, because anytime I did, it was hurting. I'm saying that they have to be worn when your wounds are fully healed, but I did have one physiotherapist who came to me the day after an operation, and I had stitches in my arm, and she was trying to put them over this wound. Of course, I just wouldn't let her. But she apparently wasn't very happy with this and went back to the sort of supervisor physio and take what I got the next again day because I hadn't let her put on this tight sleeve. But anyway, that's for another story. As I said, the garments were very tight, and that's what they were there for. They were there to be tight and to help press your scars down. But as I said, they were just made me feel really uncomfortable. I felt they itched. I did read on the internet that by wearing them, by applying pressure to your scars when they were itching, it would help with the itch. Well, I'm sorry, but they just didn't. They increased the itch. They were hot and comfortable, and I just wasn't wearing them at all. My poor mum and dad, what a struggle they had daily with me, especially with the mask. So with this mask, my mum and dad used to hear me at night ripping it off. And she would say to me in the morning, "What time did you take your mask off at?" And I would pretend I didn't know. So, "Oh, I don't know, I was sleeping." She knew fine what time I took it off, because it was held on with Velcro, so she could hear me ripping it off. But she was a cunning woman, still is. She devised a way of trying to get me to keep it on, and she sewed hooks and eyes onto the back. After a few nights, I got wise, and I had learned how to get it off one-handed, because this hand was still really quite sore, so I couldn't use it. But I had devised a way of like sort of pinching it and getting it off. She knew what I was doing. My poor mum and dad, as I said, they tried everything. They were only trying to help me because they knew it was going to do me good, but I was just having none of it. I felt different enough and then having to wear these, you know, getting creamed all the time, and then putting these hot, tight sleeves on top of like greasy arms. Ugh, I can still feel it just now. It was just terrible. I did have what they called was a rest night. So it was one night where I didn't have to wear the mask, and I'd chosen a Monday night, and people were like, why a Monday? And I thought, well, it's something to look forward to after the weekend. So Monday night was my rest night. So in addition to wearing the mask, I had a foam neck brace that I had to wear as well. And when the mask was getting too slack and I was waiting for a new one to be ordered, so it would get quite slack round about my chin. So what they done was they put foam in here. You know, going to bed, I looked really bra, honestly. I know I'm making light of it, but I have to now live with the consequences of not wearing these garments. My scars would have been a lot flatter, a lot more suppler. On this arm anyway, there's bits that are, I don't know if you can see, they're quite hard round about here. That might have been a bit better. No, do you know what? I know they would have been better. But I have to live with that. I have to live with the consequences that I didn't do what I was told. I did wear them sometimes, but not to the extent I should have. So as I said, I'm not going to lecture anyone. How can I? But really, if you can wear them, please persevere with them. They do work. I've seen evidence. They do work. So if you can maybe think about it's anything you're doing for your scars now is an investment for the future you. So really, if you can wear the garments, I really would highly encourage you to do so. Anyway, I do have a website. There will be a there'll be a link in the description underneath this video. Please pop over and have a little look. There's, in conjunction with the videos, there's more. So I have written a lot of stuff, so there's probably maybe a bit more there than there is in the videos. There's also some photographs as well. Thank you once again for watching and for listening to me. If you haven't already, please give me a like and subscribe, and please hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos that I put out. Thank you once again, and we'll chat soon. Bye.